Hello, I'm Todd Phillips, editor of Canadian Auto Dealer. We're here today with Bonnie Wasser, who looks after the CADA Summit on behalf of the association. Bonnie, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Todd. Great to see you.
Well, great to see you, and I guess we're going to see you in person pretty soon. So tell us about that. Very exciting news that the CADA Summit is back in person. So tell us about where it's being held and a little bit about the structure of this year's event.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be back in person after 3 years. It was just before the pandemic that we had our last summit in 2020. And everybody misses that opportunity to see all their fellow dealers from across the country. And we're really looking forward to being able to gather and have a cup of coffee together and for everybody to be able to see each other. And, it's going to be bigger and better than ever this year.
There's an additional component, I guess, for those that can't go in person as well. I mean, the prime focus is the gathering, but tell us a little bit about for those that are maybe in remoter parts of the country and can't make it for whatever reason.
Sure, we certainly learned a lot from doing online conferences over the last couple of years. So we're able to live stream the proceedings just in case somebody can't make it. And in fact, any dealer that registers in person gets an extra 2 logins for their staff back at their dealership to watch the proceedings online. You can certainly register online only as well, but of course, we're really excited to see people in person. One thing I want to tell you about the online broadcast this year is that what we're going to be doing, something new, is French closed captioning, specifically for our audience of French speakers in Quebec and other areas of Canada, that they can watch the proceedings and see the French closed captions. We're very excited to be able to offer that as well with the online registration.
Well, that's great. So it's a bit of, the innovation that we're all forced to go through during the pandemic to, create good online experiences as well is going to translate to the event. So that's good. But the core focus is as you mentioned earlier, dealers getting together, connecting, sharing stories in person, hearing from the great speaker lineup. So tell us a bit about some of the speakers we can expect to hear at this year's event.
Sure, we're very excited about the program this year. One of our headliners is a Norwegian auto dealer. His name is Sverre Helno. And he manages a large auto group in Norway. And the thing about Norway is that they're way ahead of us in terms of electric vehicle adoption. So he's going to tell us all about what they've learned in Norway about dealing with selling electric vehicles, servicing them, infrastructure, all the things that they've encountered in trying to have this very high EV adoption rate of I think it's 80% now, and what we can expect in Canada in years to come. So we're really looking forward to meeting Sverre. And we also have Jeremy Bernardin from All EV. They've been a dealership that it's now owned by the Steel Group out in Atlantic, Canada. And he's going to tell us what it's been like selling electric vehicles here in Canada and the kinds of things that they've had to bring consumers along to help them understand the benefits and how to deal with electric vehicles. So that's the electric vehicle portion of the program that we're very enthusiastic about. Something we've heard a lot about over the last couple of years, as you know, is supply chain. And I think there's probably a lot of people who would say, supply chain, but what's really behind supply chain? So we're excited to have somebody from the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Bob Armstrong, is going to come and explain to us what supply chain means and how basically those vehicles get from being parts to get to being cars on your lot and all the steps involved. How that's going to work for current internal combustion vehicles, but also how that's going to work for electric vehicles going forward. Another speaker we're very excited about, sorry, I keep saying excited, but I am excited, is Lee Jays. Lee is the head of innovation for Walmart Canada. And, as we know, just about all of your customers, and probably you too, go into a Walmart on a regular basis. They deal with more consumers than probably just anybody in Canada. And Lee is going to talk to us about some of the work they've done on innovation and on alternate revenue streams, which I know is on the minds of a lot of auto dealers. We're going to have, some perennial favorites, our economic panel. This year will be Thomas Feltmate from TD Bank Group, along with Mario Lefebvre from Bank of Canada. We're going to have our dealer panel. This year, our dealer panel is going to be Michael Wyant from out west, Rain Knoll in Ontario, Matthew Potier in Quebec, and Bert Hickman from Atlantic, Canada. And they'll be talking about a lot of current issues on the minds of all dealers. And another panel we're going to have is the North American Association heads. So Tim Royce is going to welcome his American counterpart from NADA, Mike Stanton, and also his Mexican counterpart, Guillermo Rosales. And they'll be talking about issues that are current right now for auto dealers in North America and how the associations are approaching some of those issues. We have very exciting, everybody's heard about Project Arrow over the last couple of weeks. And Flavio Volpe from the Automotive Parts Manufacturer Association is going to give us a preview of what's going on with Project Arrow. So it's just a really great program. Of course, we're going to be honoring the CADA laureates from 2022. And we're also going to be honoring the award winners from the 2022 CADA Dealer Satisfaction Index survey. So those manufacturers that had the best standings in the survey. So a very full program. We're going to have lunch together. We'll have a break together in the afternoon. Todd, I think I've heard that you're going to be doing some live interviews with some of the participants, in particular for the people who are online. And finally, starting off the day, we're going to have Jason Stein, who interviewed some OEM heads last year. And that was really, really well received. This year, he'll be doing it live. And he'll also have a special guest, still under wraps for the end of the day, but we'll be letting you know very soon who that's going to be. So altogether, great program, great opportunity to see people you haven't seen in 3 years. And we hope you're going to come and join us in person.
Well, it's an absolutely fantastic lineup, Ronnie. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I'm on the planning committee as well that helps. So I've been sort of watching the program come together for some time, and really excited to break the news. Really, of the full lineup of speakers today. Does a really comprehensive overview. So for those who haven't signed up, this event sells out every year. It always goes down to the wire, and some dealers unfortunately can't make it. So what would you tell them now? There's still a couple of weeks left.
Please sign up now. I mean, there's a couple of weeks, but I mean, that's going to go by very quickly. And we're getting there. We're getting pretty close to our capacity. The one that we're always happy to do this at the convention center with the auto show being set up, but unfortunately, the drawback is we have limited seating. So we're getting there in terms of getting to a full room. So if you want to be there in person with us, please register as soon as you can.
And where do they go to do that?
So to the CADA Summit website is cada.ca/summit. And then you hit the registration tab. But all the other information about the program is on that site, cada.ca/summit.
And maybe a word about the sponsor here as well. I know.
Of course. Yeah. No, we have to thank TD Auto Finance. I mean, they're with us all the way. They've been our exclusive sponsor since day one. They're very supportive in the program and also in hosting guests. And we're really happy to have them working with us and very grateful to them for their sponsorship. Did we mention, by the way, where it is? I'm not sure if we did. It's at the Metro Toronto Convention Center on Wednesday, February 15th. The program is going to start at 11 a.m. That's when the live broadcast will start. Jason Stein's interviews with the OEM heads, and we'll have some coffee and muffins and good stuff to get to network with your peers. That all starts at 10 a.m. and it'll go through till about 6:30 p.m. after our reception. Our reception starts about 5:30 p.m.
Well, that's a very comprehensive overview, Bonnie. I can't wait really to get back. I mean, the online experience has been great. You guys did a great job pulling off a virtual event the last couple of years, but there's nothing like those little conversations, the excitement and the buzz of a room when there's a great presentation. I look forward to interviewing people at the summit, as you referenced, and getting back into seeing you and your colleagues at CADA. So thanks for the time today for giving us this overview.
Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you in person in just a couple of weeks. And all of you out there too.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
Signing off.
Bye-bye.